After 2 years and almost 300 long-form videos on YouTube, I just crossed 100,000 subscribers. And that's what I have right here, the silver YouTube play button that marks 100K. But I also want to share a little bit about my journey and encourage you that if you wanted to start a channel, a podcast, a business, now is the time. I'm 38 years old with 3 kids. Had I wished I had started a YouTube channel 10 years ago? Yes, that was probably the best time to do it. But the second best time is right now, today. So as I share about my journey, I'm going to give you some tips to help jumpstart your content creation, how to form your niche, but most of all, just to start. All right, let's unbox this together. The moment I hit 100K, I was checking my email constantly because I heard you get an email from YouTube once this happens, and I did. About a week after I hit the 100K number, you get an email with a little code, you go to a website where you can order it for free, you get to type what it says on the plaque. Then inside the box, you get this little business card, which tells you who made it, but also who inspected it, so thanks, Rick. You also get a nice letter from YouTube CEO Neil Mohan, and finally, you have the silver play button. It has like a mirror finish YouTube logo, my name, and 100K. Now, if you see some of the 100K plaques from channels that hit it like years ago, apparently it was bigger then and the plaque got smaller. Frankly, that doesn't matter because this means way more than a number and a plaque to me. This means that I didn't start too late and I don't have to regret not starting because I did and I achieved this. And it's just the beginning. But let me share a little bit about my journey, because I've actually had this channel open for 4 years, but didn't put consistent effort into it until 2 years in. Here is the line of subscribers. As you can see, it was just going up because I just released a shortcuts video. This is the number of subscribers for the lifetime of the channel. And if I go all the way back to the beginning, you'll see November 24, 2020. That was almost 4 years ago. And as you can see, that first year, I didn't really do much. Like many people, when the pandemic was happening, I thought this is a prime time to start making content. I actually released a couple TikTok videos. One actually blew up. Ironically, it was a shortcut about how to change your wallpaper. And I thought, well, if I'm blowing up on TikTok, I should probably have a YouTube channel too. And so that's what I did. But I know I didn't just want to be another tech review channel. I actually wanted to teach people how to use their technology and make it more useful. So you can go back and see my oldest videos are actually all about screen time, parental controls on Apple devices. I had a lot to learn, but I just used my iPhone to record. I put up a black sheet behind me because I didn't have a studio or anything, and I just recorded some videos. Also, one of the powerful things about YouTube is that these videos, which are 4 years old, still get views. I actually still get comments on these videos too. But after those first few screen time videos and some wallpaper shortcuts, I didn't really do anything for a year on the channel. And then we actually started building our new house over 2 years ago. You can still see the very first video I posted in the studio. I didn't have the sound panels on the back wall or anything else, but June 7th, 2022. Now at that time, I had 1,600 subscribers. Also at that same time, I started working full-time at Riverside.fm. I make videos on that channel, absolutely love the job, I love Riverside, but my main job there was to create YouTube videos, and I was starting to learn more about YouTube and how to appeal to an audience, thumbnails, titles, and all of that. So from that point forward, I started putting more concerted effort into my personal channel too. And this is the hardest part of YouTube. These long months, sometimes years of very minimal growth that just doesn't seem like anything's happening. But then in February 2023, something happened. Now, keep in mind, I was making videos all those months where views weren't really going anywhere. And then I came to this video, my HomePod 2 review. It was one of the first videos that really went big, but it was also picked up by several Apple news sites, and that meant a lot to me. It meant that these videos I was making were actually getting out there and reaching a wider audience. Sometimes that's the encouragement you need just to keep going. So February 7th, 2023, Mac Stories actually embedded my video in their article, but seeing an Apple website that I have followed for years and loved and respected actually linked my video was huge. And in that same week, one of my favorite tech podcasts that I've listened to for years, they linked to my video as well. And it's not like it caused me to skyrocket in subscribers, but it encouraged me enough to keep going. I hit 10K that next month, and then something really big happened, the iPhone 15 launch. And this is something to keep in mind. A couple viral videos can actually gain you 10, if not 20K subscribers in a month. And that's what happened to me. September 19 to October 7, from 20 to 30K subscribers. And most of those were from 2 videos. I talked about the new USB-C port on the iPhone 15 and all you could do with it. That got almost 500K views, and the other video, 400K. Those 2 things, my HomePod video and those iPhone 15 videos, taught me 2 important things. Number 1, do good work and your content will be noticed. That means do your research, actually test the things, spend time with whatever content you're making and make it great or informative or really entertaining. Whatever value is that you provide, make it the best it can be, and it will be noticed, even if you don't have a huge following. And number two, yes, to grow a channel, try and find some kind of trending topic you can take advantage of. I did those videos on the iPhone 15 as soon as it came out. I didn't get the device early. I was not in that early review crowd. I got it on launch day, and I made those videos over the weekend. And it pays off when you can be that fast in whatever trending topic. I don't do it all the time because that adds a lot of stress. And like I said, I'm 38, 3 kids, family, full-time job. So I don't have the time to do that regularly. But if you choose your moments wisely, you can capitalize on those trends and grow faster. Around that same time, I started doing leather case reviews. I actually did 3 different leather case reviews for the iPhone 15. And as you can see, they all did pretty well. 107, 85K, 72K. And one of those videos got noticed by John Gruber, one of the biggest Apple pundits. And seeing my name at the beginning of one of his articles, that was also huge. So the third thing I learned is momentum. That January was CES and a bunch of AI gadgets were coming out. In retrospect, they all failed, and I actually called it, even way back then. I said Siri, even though it was Apple Intelligence. But that video got 156K views. Rabbit actually showed a clip during their launch event of my video. And that month of CES, January of 2024, I crossed over 50K subscribers. And after those bumps, it was just being consistent, making good content, great videos, all the way up to the iPhone 16, and those videos finally took me over 100K. Also, when you create content, you need to experiment. I experimented with this video, making an hour-long tutorial for the iPhone. I didn't know how it was going to do, but I want you to see this graph. It did not do crazy views initially. In the first month, I got maybe 5 or 6K views. But look how this video started performing 8 or 9 months later. It started doing really well. Now it's almost at 300K views. Even just in the last 48 hours, it got 4,600. That's the power of making high quality, and I'm not talking video and audio, although that's important, but making just extremely valuable content that people find useful or entertaining or inspiring. On a platform like YouTube, it can last for years, like my original screen time videos that are 4 years old, still getting views today. So be consistent, take advantage of trends, put in the work, create high quality content, and experiment as you go. See what works and what resonates with your audience. And I'll be honest, this part of the graph, which is your early creator career or your business or your podcast, it's really hard to stay motivated and keep going. And even when you have a bit of an audience, sometimes growth can feel really slow or like the algorithm's working against you. But if there's one thing I can encourage you to do, you'll never regret starting. You'll definitely regret not having started. I wish I had started sooner, but you can't go and change the past. I realized I would just be wasting my own time if I just ruminated about how I should have started years ago. So start today, like right now. Just use your phone. You can now make incredible quality videos with the device you have in your pocket. Now, I do want to thank a bunch of people, and I'll do that in a minute, but I also want to say sometimes your job is not conducive to doing something on the side. I had a job like that for 10 plus years, and it was really hard, because I knew I wanted to do this. I wanted to make videos, and I just couldn't because I was in that job. Now, it's easy for me to really look back with disdain at it, and yeah, I wish I had found an alternative job sooner, but that job also provided for my kids. Like I said, I have 3 kids, 15, 12, and 8 years old, and that job supported my wife and my family for those years. But I will say, if you are in a situation where you are hamstrung or can't do something for whatever reason, try to find something out there that will let you do it. If you feel passionate and you know you want to start something, or you have something to share with the world that needs to get out there, find a way to do it, even if it means changing jobs, which is exactly what I did. So real quick, I want to thank my wife, my kids, and my family. When you're 38 years old and you say you want to make YouTube videos, I'm sure that can sound a little funny. Maybe it seems like a pipe dream, but I appreciate the support they gave me, even sometimes when I was making videos late at night. It meant a lot. And I know I just talked about job changes, and so I have to thank Riverside. My full-time gig is still making videos for Riverside, and I absolutely love it. Even if I didn't work for them, I would use Riverside because it's the best way to record video with remote guests and even solo. But most of all because they allow me the creative freedom to make videos about Apple and techie stuff over here and still make videos for their channel as well. So my thanks to Riverside. Also my thanks to my in-laws because they actually helped build this house. My father-in-law is like a contractor, and this studio you see right here was part of our house build, and we couldn't have done it without them. I also want to thank my very first sponsor. Back when I just had about 1,000 subscribers, Buzzsprout actually sponsored a number of videos, and that meant a whole lot to me. So thanks, Buzzsprout. And thank you all for commenting, watching, and engaging. I did not think it would be possible to grow a channel over 100K in the tech space, which is very saturated, lots of other creators. but thanks to you guys because you made it possible. And I want to thank my mom and dad. And this is where it's going to get a little sad. I had two amazing parents and they supported me my entire life. So thank you, Mom, for that. But now I have one parent. November 9th, 2022, just about 2 years ago as I record this, my father passed away from a sudden heart attack. He was 69 years old. He was retired for a few years. And he got to see some of the early videos I made. He always watched everything I did. And losing a parent, especially one that was very close to you, that loved you and you loved them, it's really weird. Just knowing they're not in the world with you anymore. Grief is really weird and hard. And maybe I'll talk about that some other time. I wish I could have shared this with you, but I know you would be proud of me. Thanks, Dad. Hell, I knew I was going to cry at that part, but I cried actually throughout most of this video, so I don't know how long this video is going to be. But if you're still here, thanks again for watching. I won't do all the plugs and links I do in my other videos, but I do want to mention I actually started a community because now that I've crossed 100K, I want to find a way to bring everybody together that watches these videos, that listens to my podcast, Primary Technology. And so I've created a community. It's at create.beard.fm. And I talk about shortcuts and automation, Apple tech stuff. And if you become a paying member, you can actually access my shortcuts database, which I've made searchable and browsable by topic. And I'm planning some like future courses and stuff like that for there as well. So I would appreciate your support over there, create.beard.fm. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I'll catch you next time.